What's going on, YouTube? So, got some news. You just saw my short interlude video explaining my brief intermission. I did mention that sometime, hopefully in the near future, hopefully like the next 2 or 3 years, me and my wife, we will be making that journey to off-grid / homestead life. And as you kind of get to know me, one thing you will find out about is I'm very analytical. I like to do research. I like to find out what I'm getting into as I'm getting into it or before I get into it. And one thing that I plan on doing before we get to actually being off-grid and homesteading is I'm going to refine, rediscover, and develop my craftsmanship skills and gardening skills and different things like that. So what I decided to do, and I'm sure to you in a minute, actually gonna transform, because we're currently renting right now, so it ain't too much we really can do, but the plan is, as of right now, to turn my backyard into like a self-sufficient garden / entertainment area. So the plan is to build some kind of deck type deal, like it's a centerpiece, and then around that, have a garden type deal. So hold on, let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, YouTube, so this is going to be my practice ground. Yeah, it's gonna take some making over, which is gonna be part of the process, and it's kind of neglected right now because, as you know, in the Florida area, we are subject to hurricanes like a mug. And last year, we got hit with, so last May, I believe it was, we got hit with tornadoes, which is where, if you can see it, hold on, the branch on that tree right there, that's where that broke off. So that happened with the tornadoes in May. Then I believe in between June and July and August, we got hit with 3 hurricanes. I think a category 2, 3s, and a 4 or something like that. So that's why, this yard is in disrepair. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna clean it up, and hopefully, knock on wood, it's gonna be, I know we're gonna have hurricanes, this is Florida, but with what happened the past hurricane, hopefully we don't have too many trees. Trees are more deeply rooted, because there were some powerful hurricanes. Yeah, they scared us a little bit, but we still got some of that wind that's known for breaking these trees. But oh yeah, this one right here too, like that big hill mound you see. Hold on, that's actually the root ball of that tree right there. That's the one that came off in the tornado. And that's the blue top is where it actually fell at. That right there fell. It got weakened during the hurricanes, but when we had snowfall, the snow went ahead and brought it down. And we do have one more tree right there that's kind of leaning bad, but hopefully it just go ahead and break off. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna pick some area out here, and we're gonna, like I say, put like a little entertainment deck. That's what the stack of pallets right there for. We're gonna show you that process probably in another video. Today's video is mainly gonna be about cleaning up as much of this mess back here as we can. So y'all stay tuned. We're gonna get that process started, and hopefully by the end of the day, we'll have a workable space to go ahead and start doing our garden / gonna call that back shit first. I'm gonna get all these trees and stuff up. What?
Run over a bit. Lawnmower?
Yeah. It's fixed.
What weed you got?
I gotta go get some on stream for it. I'm gonna go get some in a minute.
Where's the lawnmower?
Turn around. Yeah, I fixed it. Well, you better put some shoes on. Hold on, let me put some gas in there for you.
I gotta go to Rick tomorrow.
What?
Why you install defense on a weekend? I'm here from 4 to 7.
You gotta prime it.
Huh?
Push the button on the side. That's
I know that cut. We gonna get that.
Okay, YouTube, so we got number 3 back there. He been doing his thing on the push lawnmower. I'm gonna let him go ahead and finish knocking some of these down. We're gonna come back again. You know, get it all squared away. And nah, you good, you on. So after we get that all squared away, we're gonna come back. I'ma fix it. And you know, we're gonna show y'all the finished product. And after we do the finished product, then we're gonna start tackling these trees right here. So we'll be back. Hold tight. Wanted to show y'all this real quick, YouTube. I already got berries and stuff going, so one thing I do know about this dirt back here is very fertile. And knowing that we're gonna move still in the North Florida area, you know, knowing that we're gonna move in the North Florida area, that dirt normally is pretty consistent. So that's one thing why I want to practice back here, because when we do move to the area, it's still going to be in the North Florida area. So to give me a good understanding of, you know, how the dirt is and how it grows. I'm still going to get it, you know, tested and all that for nutrients and everything. Still going to fertilize it and all that. But knowing we offhand starting with good growing dirt, you know, that's one thing, that's a good thing right there. And then another thing, this here, onion, we had, you know, sat around too long and started sprouting. So we decided, you know, this would be our first addition to our garden. So I don't know if I'm doing it right. We just took the whole sprout thing and put it in some grown soil with some, you know, fertilized dirt. And at first, you know, the stalk and everything was all droopy and everything, but it started to stand up on its own, and the sprout's still green, only the tips of it dead. But if you look real close, it's like it's shedding like an outer layer. So I don't know, YouTube. Tell me if I'm doing it right, or if I'm not, just let me know. Alright, YouTube, so after a long day of running around and tending to this backyard, you know, we ain't quite finished yet, but we done came a long way. You know, I would have been done, but had to run the kids to work, had to run some errands throughout the day, so I wasn't able to consistently work on it. Still got my trees here in this corner right here I gotta take care of, but that's gonna be taken care of real shortly. And, you know, we got it somewhat manicured and somewhat in the general area of where we're going to put our patio entertainment deck, and probably, you know, in this area right here. So it's going to be like right next to the house, not too far out. And then, you know, probably in that corner over there, I'm gonna put my medicinal garden back in that corner over there. And you know, around the gazebo, hut, deck area, whatever you wanna call it, I'm gonna put the vegetables and the fruits. Probably do some flowers out front of it. But I'm pretty happy with the outcome of what we've made so far, the progress. And you know, as far as the big stuff, we will eventually get to that in that corner and those big branches that's on the ground. So we'll see you tomorrow, finish this up, and you know, finish out the manicuring of the backyard. Look at her. Already coming in the backyard, taking over stuff. Can't even get comfortable. Look, can't even get comfortable. You supposed to let it lie, right? We got number 3 on the chainsaw. You think you know what he's doing, but he don't, but I'm gonna let you get a little practice in anyway. Why is you doing like this? All right, now start back here. And just start from the back and work your way up. Fatman, you don't gotta go like that. It's gonna do it by itself. It's doing it by itself? I mean, you ain't holding it, man. Come in front of us.
How you gonna say it's gonna do it by itself? But that's just say I'm not holding it right.
You said it's doing it by itself.
You said it's supposed to do it by
Yeah. Alright, where's in the air? In front, by the wife. Nah, in front. Yeah, in front of the stone. Come on. Get square first. Alright. Now, just cut that one like 2 more pieces. We ain't gonna do nothing but stack it for the fire pit. Where's in the air? You see where the stuff holding it up at? I mean, where the branch holding it up at? Right here. Cut right in front of where it's holding it up at. Right in front, that's behind. Yeah. Crossing over the other branch at. Just lay up down. Okay, YouTube, we just finishing up day 2. I believe we got ourselves a pretty good canvas to go ahead and start construction for our DIY low budget entertainment deck. You see my wife already visualizing what she gonna have out here. She got her hammock and her recliner chair already. So we got a few more spots around the edges we gotta clean up. I wasn't able to get the hurricane tree or the blizzcane tree, whichever one that is. Point being, I have an electric chainsaw. Why electric? Well, like I say, this is Florida. We have hurricanes, power go out here a lot. So I would rather save my gas for the generator. And if a tree comes down again, I can use the generator to plug up the electric chainsaw and do it like that. I'd rather have the gas for one purpose and one purpose only, that'd be for the generator. But all in all, compared to where we started yesterday, we got a lot fairly cleaned up. We also have our construction materials and our wood for our fire pit. So backyard cleanup is pretty much done. Stay tuned for the next video where we actually start laying out how we're going to place the foundation for our deck. So thank y'all for joining us this week, and we'll see y'all later.